Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. The commentary on this set of videos for the next couple hours is actually going to be a little bit different because basically the USB 3 chipset on my motherboard has never worked quite right. I've never had a problem with it actually crashing my microphone or anything, but it did this time and I didn't realize right away. So that means that I had a couple of recording sessions where the mic said it was recording. It was weird. It was still powered on and it wasn't actually recording. But anyway, oh man, the preview, like I'm using Sony Vegas and the preview is all crap. I need to turn that up. Go to full preview so I can actually see what's happening. Some people have been asking me if I'm capturing this at 720 and then upscaling or something like that, and the reason I think that this video looks a little bit weird when it gets processed to YouTube, it has to do with the fact that, from what I understand, this game actually the Xbox One can only play this game at like 900p or something like that, and then it's scaled up, and for whatever reason that makes things look really funky when I capture it. Like the captured version that I have doesn't look super high definition. I mean, it's high definition, but it already looks compressed, if that makes sense. Like a compressed YouTube video. And then the YouTube compression on top of that makes it look even a little bit worse. So, it's just, I don't know why it does it that way. I know the Xbox One has a lot of problems because of running like 2 or 3 different operating systems at the same time. It has some difficulties outputting as well as the PlayStation 4 does and all that. And certainly this would be a lot better on PC, but oh well. So at this point, what are we trying to do here? Oh yeah, we're trying to reach a fort that's down this way, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to get there. Now, like I said, this is post commentary, which I don't usually do for these games, so I will probably forget what happened, even though I just recorded this earlier today, because like I said, this is all kind of disorienting. I used to do my Kerbal Space Program when I was doing that series this way, but I generally do live commentary because I find it to be a lot easier. So we'll bring out our standard party here. And I think I was complaining at this point when I was doing the commentary, because I was actually doing live commentary still. I was complaining about the loading times this generation too. It's another problem that the Xbox and the PS4 both have. I really wish they had SSDs. I don't think the Xbox One's hard drive, the internal one, is actually user replaceable. I know you can hook up a USB 3 one to the, as an external drive, but then it's just going to get bottlenecked by the USB 3. My fan is also really noisy on my Xbox One. Whenever the processor kicks way up, like it's like the CPU fan has a wire stuck in. You know that noise that a PC makes when it has like a wire just kind of touching the fan? It makes a noise kind of like that. And it always has. I don't know what it is. I would assume all the wires are probably cable managed really well in there, but it's kind of messed up. So I wish I was playing this on PC, but at this point we are however many hours in, and I'm not going to switch. I still like to play some things on Xbox, but it's kind of diminishing. Like, my PC is better than my Xbox. My recording process is actually better for PC now because I have a second PC with a capture card that does the recording. I have not integrated that into my console setup. So, like, the biggest problem I used to have was using Fraps, but I don't use Fraps now, and so I really probably should stop buying these things. Like I've said before, though, I didn't want to have to use Origin to get this. And then, additionally, I have this stupid Xbox. I might as well use it for something, I don't know why I still have it, actually. I should probably just sell it and use, PC for most things, but whatever. I do want to, like, one reason I can't get rid of it, I know, is the Tomb Raider game is exclusive for like a year or something, the next Tomb Raider game, and I really liked the first one, so gotta keep the console around, I guess, for that, even though it does frustrate me. Because, like, I've said that, I think, at the beginning of this, too. Like, I can't play this. If this game goes offline, there's no offline mode. I tried playing this when my internet was out, and if it can't connect to the EA servers, it can't validate the DLC. So, if you have DLC installed, then it just breaks the game, I think. So, that's kind of super not cool. And then, additionally, the games take forever to install now, too. So, it's not like you save any time. consoles used to be nice because you'd save time, you know, versus the download on Steam. But that's not true anymore either, because it can't. The Blu-ray discs, the drives are not fast enough, so it has to cache everything on the hard drive before you're allowed to play. So, yeah. Oh. Consoles like have less and less benefit all the time. I was never a huge console person except when I was a kid. I know most of the stuff on my channel has been recorded with console, but that was just because it was easier for me to do it that way. But I think I gotta really focus on the PC again, especially with Fallout 4 coming out. By the time this is uploaded, Fallout 4 will already be out because I have a huge backlog of these videos that have not been uploaded yet. I'm really trying to push to get through this game because I have a lot of projects that have been going on for a long time and trying to get these things done. So back to what I'm actually doing in the game. At this point, I was just super confused and lost. I was assuming that we had to get past, there was an operation there that cleared the pathway here, and I was assuming that we had to get past that in order to get to this area that we're, the fort thing that we're trying to get to, but I was completely wrong. And so I ended up wasting a good amount of time just running around here with no idea what I was doing. It seemed reasonable at the time because it was like, why hadn't I been here before if all I had to do was walk a different way? So if you look here on the map, yeah, it's like there's a rock wall all the way around here. And you can see that little flag over there towards the left. That's where the operation actually was that opened this all up. And if we go through here, I think this was the area that we killed that dragon thing. Not like the full-on, like, actual high dragon. I think this was just an area where those like little baby ones were, and like it's all swampy and stupid in here. Yeah, I recall this area. So yeah, this area is kind of just a bust over here. There's not really much going on. Is this where we killed like that thing that Vivienne wanted me to kill? I might be. The heart. We need to get that heart for some medicine thing that she was making. I don't remember. That might be the same place. So I'm going to try to mainly stay on somewhat topic of what's happening in the video. But like I said, it's harder to do it this way just because, honestly, I don't always remember. And a lot of it's kind of, you know, when you're doing the live commentary, it might not be the best commentary, but it's in the moment at least. So having some recollection of what happens is not always the best because you forget all the random crap that happened. And this seems like it should go somewhere too, and like I don't know what that little thing's about there. There's like some sort of creepy marker, and basically like this is the area that I doubled back from. Not double back from. That doesn't make any sense. I was like basically there, but I just kind of abandoned course a little bit too quickly here, like I often do. And there's like this pit thing here, and I was like, you know. There's no reason a fort couldn't be underground, right? Dwarves build stuff underground, but it's going to be another red herring, I think, here. Is that a hand? I didn't notice that when I was playing. That's a giant hand. That's kind of funny. Yeah, the dead hand. I just kind of go around and put down those little flag markers. I don't always pay attention to what I'm actually marking. That's kind of weird. The hometown I grew up in, they had a giant hand. It wasn't that giant, but near our high school, they had a really big old statue thing of a hand, and people used to like to just get their picture taken sitting in it. It was kind of one of the things, not that our town was famous or anything, but it was one of the weird little quirky things. My high school had a steel drum band and no football team too. It's a really small school, but we had like a really good steel drum band. They used to win state stuff all the time, and like I grew up in Maine, so I don't know how they were even competing with anybody, because how many freaking steel drum bands are there in random towns in Maine? But yeah, we had one. They were called Flash in the Pan. It's pretty funny. But anyway, like I like those little spirit barrier things and stuff. Now we're entering into what I recall as being a weird little puzzle area that I thought I needed to do, and I suppose I'm glad I did it in retrospect. But we got a lever. Pull the lever. And I'm trying to remember what happens here. So that lever opens this gate, which doesn't really do anything at the moment. It took me a little while to even figure out that this was a puzzle. I was just like, what are we doing? But I think it was here that I realized what was actually happening. So that little elf guy, I think it's an elf, I don't know what it is. That little statue guy, he turns around and fires his arrow, and these wolf things are blocking the way. So we could clearly hit that little globe thing. I, realized pretty much instantly that we needed to light up all 4 of those things. And we'll see here. So we got 1. They give you that one as a gimme so you figure out what the heck you're even doing. And this was kind of a confusing place. So I forgot that anyone can light these torches. For some reason I thought only she could. This was actually a clue to the next thing. That moved very slightly one of the pillars, and it took me a little bit to figure out what was actually going on with that. But anyway, I'm checking at this point just to see if I reset the lever, what happens. And it just opens and closes this gate. That's the only thing that does, which is kind of important. So at this point I was like, hey, let's light that. And then I heard a noise, but I was like, what is that noise? And again, I still hadn't put it together yet. So there's like 3 of these things basically that we have to light in a certain amount of time and run around and do stuff. So again, I was thinking here, like, oh, maybe we can reset this and go pull the other. Like, it was a combination between the lever and the torches and stuff, but nope, definitely was not. And then I remember that this thing was going over here, but and I think did I watch at this point? Yeah, because I realized, hey, that torch is only on for a minute. There goes the thing in the background, but it is nowhere near where it needs to be in order to actually fire. So I was like, well, let's light 2 of them, see what happens. And it moves a little more, but still not far enough to actually deal with the thing. And I was like, is this one still lit? Yep. So that begs the question, what the heck are we going to do next? And then I was like, whoa, that thing made noise. Let's see what that does. So clearly that lowered that. And I was like, oh, what do we do? And then I was trying to remember how to make them stand in one place, but I always forget how to do that. Because I played a lot of different games. It's not like I just play this usually. Although this time I did play it for like 6 hours because I had the day off, and I was just like, you know what? We're going to make some progress in this game. But I don't usually play games for that long, so I kind of switch off between a lot of things. Assassin's Creed has been screwing me up badly because I've been playing a bunch of Assassin's Creed games still. And that's been causing me to forget how to do everything because I keep trying to hit the trigger to run and all kinds of silliness, and this is not working out. So at this point, we're halfway there. And I was like, well, what if I light the fire while they're standing there? I should have realized probably that that wouldn't work, but I didn't. And then I started looking over here to see if there's a way in there, which of course there is, but I didn't know it yet. And that was important to figure out. So there's another torch. And I was like, aha! All the pieces are coming together. Let us do this. And it's pretty much just like a weird relay race with yourself. Like, I don't know, like handing off the little torches. Like, you have to use, we didn't use real torches, but the little batons that you used in gym class and stuff. Now at this point, I think I had misplaced. This is going to take too long to turn around, I believe. Yeah, the wolf blocked my shot here, so I was like, oh, damn. Well, let's get this aligned correctly so that it will be just ready to go with one pull of this. And then we can go run and do the torches again. Watching myself here, like, when I was playing it in real time, I was like, wow, I'm really bad at puzzles. But watching it here, it's like, nah, I'm not bad. Not good, but you know, I'm getting through it. There's no information here telling you what to do. There wasn't even information telling you there was a puzzle. I kind of like that design. They're just like, figure it out. You'll freaking do it on your own, man. I like it when games aren't so handledy. Like, although sometimes they're not handledy enough, but this seemed like a good combo here. And I was, get them, and then I couldn't remember how to get them to move again. I was like, what do I do? And attack my target. Nope. Come on, guys. Let's get moving. Aha! Clear commands. There we go. And so we are stuck with one more, and we haven't really looked around in here. There's nothing in here of any interest right now. Alright, so we clearly have one left to go here. And I was like, well, it's got to pretty much have something to do with this lever, because that's kind of the one wild card still left here. There's only so much you can do with torches and stuff, so I was just seeing if it actually opened up anything on this side, which of course it did not. It's like, no, that stone's kind of suspicious looking there. Sure is an odd stone. But I was still not on the case here. It's like, there must be something else to stand on, a little hidden way into one of these areas or something. But there sure wasn't. And then I got to thinking about some other stuff. No, we're going back here still checking. It's good to be thorough. It's kind of funny, I know people yell at you, like anybody who plays YouTube. People yell at you about, you know, whether you're getting stuff done quickly enough. Like, oh, I wouldn't have done it that way. You should have seen it this way. Well, you know, like, people are always doing that kind of stuff to you. But it's kind of funny watching myself play. I don't think I've done this really with a real video game.
That thing. It touches everything.
Cole didn't take it.
Right, which one?
The one with all the illustrations.
Oh, that one was full on. Threw it under your bed.
You don't know how to ask permission first?
Fine. Please can I not find more of your mucky little books? Draw it, please.
Alright, so I wanted to let them talk there, but yeah, it's kind of funny watching it in real time because you get the feeling of like the frustration, like it's just right over there. Which I don't usually have. I mean, I watch other people's YouTube. I try to not watch too many gaming channels because I don't want to be impersonating people and stealing stuff from them. My favorite YouTuber who it was one of the few that I actually watched was SSOPKC, and he's just like friggin' disappeared from the universe, which bums me out because he was actually the guy who got me into doing this a long time ago, and I like his style. He doesn't do like the PewDiePie, like, oh my god, look at this effing thing, like, you know, scream, or I mean, I like Uberax or Nova, and he does that too, but I don't know, they're pretty much like most of the, it's like that episode of South Park kind of showed where most of the popular guys just scream basically constantly and swear a lot, and it bums me out. It's like, you know, it's kind of depressing that that's what people respond to, but granted, a lot of the people who watch these gaming videos trend younger anyway, so it kind of makes sense. And oh, this one we got a turn. Kind of unusual. I don't know if I remember seeing a wheel gear thingy in this game so far. It might have happened. Not to badmouth PewDiePie or anything. Like, he's good at what he does, but not my thing. And anyway, Seamus just has been off the radar. I have no idea what happened to him. It's been like more than a year, I think now. He uploaded a couple of things from live streams and stuff, and that's pretty much been it. So it's kind of a bummer because I used to watch his videos a lot, and like I said, he was the one who kind of got me into all this stuff. But